Y'all addicted to work, obviously. I'm just kidding. But the situation is this. You feel pretty trapped in your situation, but I feel like you right now, it's not about necessarily not having no idea what to do. You know what to do. I feel like y'all are just really starting to purge, break free from the chains that you've been bound to for some time. And I feel like that binding was the distraction of working on stuff or concentrating on things. I feel like you're getting some stuff under control and under your control as well. You're not going to let people or let any circumstances kind of take control of whatever something's going on in your life. I really feel like that because the situation is this: the magician is in the heart of your reading. Now, I know you're thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I'm trying, but I still don't necessarily feel like I'm doing anything. And you're like, yeah, you are. The challenge is the magician, which means that you feeling prepared, feeling ready, having the confidence in yourself, knowing that you have everything that you need to go ahead and tackle this journey. But that's the thing, right? The Eight of Cups is crossing that. So obviously it's dissatisfaction, you're emotionally drained as well. So it's like, it's that kind of that feeling like, okay, I know what I need to do, but I don't really feel like I have the energy to do anything about it. Or you just like, you know what you have that ability to manifest there. Obviously, you're a magician. Anyway, Sagittarians, you guys are magic. So but they had the Eight of Cups there, so it's almost like you know what you don't want. Like, it's really weird. It's like, how do I put this? It's like you have everything that you need, but for some reason it's still not enough. It's still not it. The it factor, right? It's still not it. Something's just absolutely missing. Well, it has to do with obviously what you want. I feel like you just let me go ahead and actually clarify this. Why is the Eight of Cups coming up? Because I feel like something else is grabbing me with this Eight of Cups as well. It's not just dissatisfaction. Eight of Cups is coming up with the Eight of Pentacles. That's another hard-working progress thing. Why is the Magician coming up as the heart of the reading? Why is the Magician coming up as the heart of the reading? Temperance, balance, harmony. That's your card also, by the way, Saggies. Temperance. So harmony and balance, the thing is lacking is like knowing that you have everything you need, including the balance that that you obviously need to get things moving. But the Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles situation, that's the part that's like for you. Like, you're just like, you're not satisfied with what you're focusing on. Like, you're not satisfied with it. It's not up to where you want it to be. I think you know that you know what you need to do to get to where you need to be. It feels like a struggle though. And it's like, you're just like, you're done with the situation. You're done with it. And I do feel like there is more work ahead. And that's the part that's kind of like ticking you off a little bit, is that you know that there's a little bit more work to get to where you want to be. Because I do have this feeling that you do know what you want. But it's like, where you are where you don't want to be. And it's like, there's more work ahead to get there. And it's just like, you need more patience. You know what I mean? I think it's like you're tired of being patient with how things have been going. And that's the hard part. It's just remaining balanced in yourself as you get through this cycle as patiently as you possibly can. Because there may not be a lot that you can do in this moment, but you're making the most progress that you can make at this time. Divine timing is already at work. So you just got to be like, keep hammering it out. Now, in the past, you had obviously the Hangman, which talked about stagnancy, nothing moving, some stuff going really slow, or not moving at all. And I feel like it's because there was some sort of, obviously, right? There has to have been some sort of need to see something from a different perspective, right? Things were on hold, things were on a pause. You were waiting on something then, and now you have the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles is also paired up with the Eight of Swords here, which is in the external energy. That's how I usually read this Celtic Cross. Anyway, please be mindful as well. This is a modified Celtic Cross. This ain't going to be like the traditional ones or the ones you see from other readers. This is different. But the situation is the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Like, you have you have an offer, or you're looking. I feel like you're doing some TDS work. Actually, it's not even an offer, because you don't even like. It's like you're doing something that's not exactly exciting or fun right now, because you don't necessarily know what to do otherwise. But that's your brain telling you that. Nothing is actually saying that you have to keep doing this because there's no other options. The devil, remember I just told you, the devil can make it seem like you don't have no options. Can make you actually feel real stuck, make you feel trapped, make you feel like you're unable to do stuff. You have this power, this energy, this surging stuff that you know that you can do, and yet you are having a hard time finding where you can direct that energy. You're in a situation you don't even want to be in, and yet you're still having to work on something you have no desire for. That could be very frustrating in itself. But I feel like it all comes down to the Eight of Cups that's crossing. You know what you don't want. Figure out what you do want. Because the Page of Pentacles, that's tedious work. It's going to get you to a different direction, though. It's going to get you to the direction of perhaps it's more it's greater in value. But the Page of Pentacles talks about tedious, boring work that's temporary for a cause that's for your benefit. And I feel like right now there may be some things that you may have to continue to see or continue to look at. Eight of Pentacles is looking at the details. You may have to do that for a second. Maybe there's something about this work that you're doing that or maybe there's something that you're having to do right now that may not be that fun. That's going to help you find out what it is that you truly desire. Because here in your hopes, in your future, you have the devil. That's the death card. Death. Which talks about releasing something. You're letting something go. This is after the hangman. So it's almost like you're still in hangman territory because then you deal with death. So like still nothing moving. There's slight movement here because I think you're starting to get some sort of understanding of something. And then you release it. This perspective now has to do with what you feel is of value to you. If it's nothing that you actually want to do, then it's nothing that's of value. But I feel like if it truly does have something, if it's getting you towards where you want to be, and if you feel like this is your only way, it's almost like I kind of feel this way regarding, if somebody's trying to build their credit or something like that, and they kind of like, they don't want any credit cards. They don't have to have a credit card. They can just pull a loan, make payments. There's no right or wrong way to do something. There's no one way to get to a certain situation. You can potentially get loans. It may be harder for you to find a loan, but you can get that loan and still make payments and build your credit that way, as long as they report your payments to the credit bureau, right? You got to find loans that will report your track record to a credit union, which is like TransUnion or what is it? Expedient, I think. No, I think that's Experian. Yeah, there's a couple ways, but that's the thing, right? That right there is a clear example. So whatever your situation is like, if it's not building credit, because I'm sure it's not, but if it's something very similar to this situation, just remember what I said. There is never one way to do something. And I feel like for some of you guys, you feel like you're doing the best that you can to get out of your situation, but you feel like you're stuck doing something that you definitely don't want to be doing. You don't really want to be doing it the way that you should be doing it. Now, the situation here is this as well. I feel like you guys have been waiting a long time. If this is a relationship, this is something different. Because I feel like if you guys have been manifesting something for a while, and it's been in a very dissatisfactory, you haven't been very satisfied with how things have been moving, but you've been actively changing the situation. But I think that there was some sort of waiting period, some sort of time where you had to kind of wait on something, and now you have this opportunity to act on it or to do something about it with the Page of Pentacles here. And I feel like this may be your only avenue. It may be your only way of doing stuff. Because you feel pretty trapped in the way you're doing it. But I feel like this is like your option too. Now, this devil coming up could be sex, but hey, that's just me. I like to go there with the sex stuff. I talked about BDSM in one of my other videos, so hey, I ain't ashamed of sex, okay? Nobody should be ashamed of sex. But the situation is this. Like, I feel like for some of you guys, you may feel like this is your only shot. But death is coming up here. I feel like there's some sort of mentality or some sort of belief or some sort of way of thinking that has to kind of go, because it's keeping you from being able to reach your highest potential. The Emperor isn't your goal and ambition. To me, is telling me, y'all, that you want to take control of your situation. You want to go for it. You want to be the macho, the divine feminine. You don't want to be subjected to just anything and everything happening to you. You want to be more in control of your life. You want to be more in control of what you receive and what you get. As a matter of fact, you want to be more in control of every aspect of every area that you deal with. Not just subjected to it. Not just dealing with it. Not just being, just trying to do whatever you can with what you have. Which you still have to, but it's more like you choose. You can you'll be able to figure out different avenues and different ways, different areas, or different solutions to that issue. Than just the one. And here you are with your outcome, the Hermit. I like this. It's going within yourself. It's a retrospection card, but it's pretty brave to look at the situation with the light, right? Facing the darkness with the light. That's what I see the Hermit, because it's internal, right? We all have darknesses in us, and I feel like the reason why we may feel trapped in a bigger scale or a bigger way has to do with what we feel is not there with us there anyway. The Magician talks about confidence, and the Temperance card talks about balance and harmony. And I feel like the thing is that the reason why we feel like we can't do something or do anything in a way that we feel that we could has to do with us feeling like we don't have the confidence to do anything else. We don't, that creative aspect of us is kind of shunned because of whatever we've gone through in our life. And I feel like this right here is like purging. I feel a purge for y'all. Like, I don't think that you guys feel like has to be. I feel like you guys are like realizing this can't be the only way. This can't be the only way. Eight of Swords is feeling trapped, yes, but I feel like this death energy coming up in the future, you guys are trying to get out of it. You're gaining your confidence, and I feel like the way you gain your confidence is by releasing this situation that there's only got to be one person or one situation or one avenue. And the Hermit. That's confidence in yourself. That's finding, looking within yourself. That's interesting. Let me go ahead and pull your romance angels for this week. See what you all got. You got 3 8s in here. That's like progress. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Ooh. Oh. That's interesting. Now, the Page of Pentacles, like I said, it's not just dealing with some tedious ass stuff that you don't really want to do. It also talks about getting to know someone, looking very closely at the details. Like I said, with this relationship, I feel like you were waiting on some sort of opportunity to act, it's almost like in a very information gathering kind of way. I feel like there was some sort of motive behind it. And I feel like that is to look at the details. I feel like you're still working very hard. For some of you guys as well, you may be working very hard on something that you're not quite finished yet. Not quite finished with yet. Like, you may be emotionally done with a situation. Or you may not be emotionally done with a situation, which is why you're still working very hard on it. It's very similar. It's like this pair, the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. That's very interesting. It's almost like the 9 of Wands to me, which I'm just surprised that the White 9 of Wands just didn't come out. Let's take a look, see at your, okay. Gee whiz. You guys have the same cards, I believe, Scorpio got, or Libra. Which is let your emotions flow and be patient. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, these are literally the same 2 cards I got for Libra. This is a Scorpio, this is Libra, because Scorpio, what do they get? Ah, gosh, I can't remember what Scorpio got, but this is what Libra got, the exact 2 cards. Let your emotions flow. Be more aware of your emotions, obviously, right? Just be more aware, let your emotions be, right? If you're feeling frustrated, feel frustrated. If you're not feeling frustrated, don't feel frustrated. But allow it to come through you and let it be out, because this is the Hangman energy. Taking in information, releasing another, taking in a perspective, leaving the perspective behind. You're replacing. but you have to, you have to let it go, let it feel, let it flow. Expressing yourself is a very interesting way of doing that too, or getting to know each other. Expression. It's very interesting. And then you have be patient, which is pretty much what they're trying to tell you anyway, with the Temperance card coming up. I know you want to be, with the Emperor, you want to be more in charge, be more in control, take more action, and you will have that opportunity to. There may be just a certain way that you have to act right now, or a certain way that you have to do stuff at this moment, which I just said, and you don't have to do that way. And I feel like there may be just a certain way you have to do something at this time being, and it's temporary and it's not going to last forever, and you can let it go if you want to. So it's making me take it back because of this be patient card. Why would you need to be patient about something? And then, too, it may be that, be patient. There may be other avenues or other options that you're not seeing, but this desire to get out of a situation, this desire to get out of this period of feeling stuck is what's making it hard to see. But if you apply patience, you may be shown different opportunities to move forward. Maybe. It's underneath the Devil. 8 of Pentacles. Why? New perspective. Gee whiz. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna have to tell you, check out Libra's reading. They got the same exact cards. Wow. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and go, Sagittarians. This has been one hell of a reading.